Hi, everybody, and welcome to a special short episode of the Afghanistan Project podcast. I am Beth Bailey, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the misogyny of the Taliban and how it has kind of infiltrated normal conversation in the West from a very personal perspective. So, ever since I began writing about Afghanistan, talking to Afghans about their situation, and really advocating for Afghan women who were being increasingly targeted by Taliban directives that, deprived them of their basic human rights, I started to get targeted by these Taliban supporters who wanted me to stop talking. And the way that they would do this, they wouldn't attack my arguments, they wouldn't attack my writing, they would attack me and my person. And so I was told things like, sort your forehead wrinkles before you talk about Afghanistan, which, like, A, I didn't know that that was a prerequisite. I know plenty of men with forehead wrinkles who talk about Afghanistan. And B, like, where do you think I got these forehead wrinkles? It's from constantly raising my eyebrows at the insanity of what the Taliban are doing. I was told on multiple occasions that I am a prostitute or a woman of loose morals, which I still don't understand what it is about me that made them believe that. If it's that I'm not covered, if it's that I'm wearing makeup and therefore am out there. It's the logic clearly is missing here. Most recently, I was told that I was flirting with podcast guests because I smiled and laughed in the presence of a man. And all of these things, once again, no one would say these things to a male, right? These are people who want me to stop talking about Afghanistan, and they're going to do it by belittling me as a person, not my work, although they do say, you're not performing journalism because you are flirting, because you are a prostitute. It's absolutely disgusting behavior. And here's another thing. If I didn't wear makeup, if I didn't smile, if I veiled myself, it wouldn't matter what I did. The fact that I am a woman would make these individuals target me no matter what. And I today watched a movie at the suggestion of a good friend and former colleague who had watched this movie in a class on terrorism. It's Osama. You can find it on Amazon Prime Video for free. It's from 2003, and it's the story of a female-headed household under the first Taliban regime and how the daughter was forced to, well, not forced, she chose to go earn money for the family. They cut her hair and dressed her like a boy so that she could earn money. Nobody else could earn money. And there's a part of that movie that really struck me today. The mother is a former doctor, and she's at a hospital trying to help this man keep his father alive. And the man is pretending, when the Taliban come in, that she is his wife, because she can't be out in public by herself unaccompanied, just like women today in Afghanistan cannot be out unaccompanied by a male relative. And he puts her on the back of his bike, and she's sitting sideways with her feet over the wheel. And a Taliban member asks him, "You let your wife go around like that? She's going to arouse men. The only part of her body that is visible are her sandal clad feet." Okay. And that's going to arouse men. So this is still the logic that I see and hear when individuals like these Taliban supporters come after me. And they come after other women involved in this sphere too. It's not just me. And that's what they're doing inside their own country. And it's really galling because they'll tell you, well, no, women love this. Their integrity is protected because they're at home and they don't have to worry about, about anything because we take care of everything for them. let me tell you, I talk to women in Afghanistan. They feel depressed. They have told me that they feel suicidal because they don't want to just sit at home. These are people who were working prior to the Taliban's takeover. They're people who went to school, who fought to go to school. These arguments from these Taliban accounts that are degrading women, that's just, this is part and parcel of their worldview. It's never going to change. And it's time for women like myself and other Western women who possess so much privilege, which I know that sometimes it doesn't seem that way in the West because we're still fighting for certain rights. But compared to what women in Afghanistan have, we have oodles of privilege. And so I think that it's time that we do something. I've seen so many campaigns, Stand with Women in Afghanistan, things of that nature to try to raise awareness of the situation for Afghan women. But we need more than that. We need to support the government in exile that is hopefully underway as all of these amazing minds who are part of the former Afghan government try to create something that could overturn the Taliban. We need to maybe support women-run households with food packages. There are so many things that women could be doing, raising their voices and saying this is not acceptable. And we demand that our leaders do something to make a difference for Afghan women. Something has to be done. These women, girls in Afghanistan can't go to school after 6th grade now. Imagine that. Imagine that for your own daughters, granddaughters. It's absolutely unconscionable what has happened in Afghanistan in the last 2 years and change. And it's time that we use our privilege to do something. So comment in the video below and let us know what you think should be done. Let us know if you know any leaders who are doing something for Afghan women so we can have them on the podcast. This is such an important topic, and it's time to get into it further. Thanks for listening.